Chronicles of Rome. The crime, the crisis, the terror. Today we will be talking about Rome and the negative aspects of its decline.
My name is Liz.
And my name is Megan.
In Rome, many things are happening. We are going to be giving you the gist on the behind-the-scenes activities in government, military, and we will explain some of the social and political problems. Megan is going to explain to you what is happening in the social problems going on in Rome.
Since AD 235, social problems have increased tremendously. Slavery has taken over, unemployment has declined, overcrowding and crime has become a serious issue, and plague has outwitted the gods themselves. After Rome's conquerings, we have gathered thousands of slaves. In fact, about 40% of the people living in the Roman provinces are enslaved. But is this really an advantage to Rome? Because slaves labor without payment, patricians fire their plebeian workers, who must be paid, therefore saving money. Though the patricians become wealthier, many are unemployed and are moving to the cities. More and more people have been traveling to Rome, desperate to find jobs. In result, there has been a jump in crime and crowding in the city. People cannot pay for food or finances, and many homeless and financially troubled plebeians have been pushed to steal for the life of their families. Emperors have used the bread and circus strategy to keep citizens from revolting. However, it has not improved the living conditions of the Roman people. The once magnificent streets of Rome have become dangerous and filthy. The dirty streets have given disease to rats, and also rats from foreign lands have brought deadly diseases to Rome. The overcrowding has allowed a plague to disrupt Rome even more so. The plague has killed about 1 out of every 10 people, but the financial issues have prevented people from going back to their old lives in the farming industries. And now, I head to the streets of Rome to speak with a homeless citizen for a first-hand experience. I am here with Cecilia, a homeless mother and her 2 daughters, but what it is like living in poverty. So Cecilia, can you tell us what you think about the effects of the continuously increasing enslaved population?
Well, the greedy partitions at the small farm forced my husband out of a job, and slaves took his place. Then we had to move to the overcrowded, dirty city of Rome to find some kind of job. He couldn't find a single job, so he became a soldier, leaving us without a roof over our heads.
So what is this overcrowding and loss of jobs causing?
The loss of jobs has been adding to the population on the streets, while the Roman people just can't pay their finances anymore, and the overcrowding has resulted in a jump in crime and spread of deadly diseases.
As you can see, the order of Rome has ceased and fallen into a time of fear and crisis. Let's just hope our emperor can improve our current lives. After this break, Liz on the issues of inflation and barter have created. Do you wish you could grow facial hair? Are you tired of watching emperors flaunt their beautiful hair? Do you wish you could grow great facial hair too? Well, now there's facial hair! You can get the faux stash or the beard faux in many varieties such as goatee. You also have an option of horsehair, goat hair, or camel hair. You'll look beautiful!
So call now before you grow totally hairless.
Not responsible for any parasitic life forms in your purchased facial hair.
I am here with Octavius Maximus, 2 Roman soldiers. How is it not getting paid for your job?
Well, I have a wife and two daughters at home. It makes me feel terrible I can't get the money from my family.
Same for me. My family died from the plague and I'm struggling to survive.
So, Octavius, are you going to leave the army to go back to your home?
I have thought about it quite a bit, and I think the answer is yes, I am going to leave.
And Maximus, what are your plans for the future?
I'm going to fight to the day I die because I know my family will appreciate it.
Thank you, Octavius and Maximus. I wish the best to you. Will Rome fall if people are leaving? Find out after this break. Hello, my name is Elizabeth Hastings, and I am reporting from the city of Constantinople. My husband, Antony, is fighting in the army, and I am struggling to survive with my young daughter, Julia, because people have stopped paying taxes to the government. I have no money, and that means I have no food to feed my daughter. My daughter is dying because of the lack of food and deteriorating health. The streets are littered with dead and dying, and the unsanitary conditions are not helping either. One of the reasons that Rome is falling is because of the lack of money. My husband and other soldiers in the army are not getting paid due to the lack of funding from the Roman government. Many of the soldiers are now leaving the army to go help their families, and that is causing the borders to shrink. Inflation is happening in my town. Inflation is the rising of prices of goods and services. Rome is slowly continuing to fall, and there is still no money. The government tried to put less gold in our coins, but that just made the prices of goods begin to rise. The government does not think the coins are helping, so people stop buying food altogether. Then I and other people began to barter. Bartering means to exchange goods or services between people without having to pay money. The bartering has helped a little bit, but not enough to turn things around and help people regain their homes and health. Germanic tribes of soldiers from northern Germany and southern Scandinavia began to attack the city. Considering there is not as many people fighting in the army, it won't take long before these Germanic tribes to take over the city. In the west, Germanic tribes are destroying our farms, and in the east, the armies of Persia are invading our empire. The Roman government does not think that our armies are going to defeat the Germanic tribes, so they are letting the invaders take over the city. It will not take long before our way of life is totally destroyed. Then after many years of dominance, Mother Rome will be dead forever.
Facial hair is so difficult to grow, and those leading facial hair creams make such a mess. Instead of dealing with hair growing products that never work, you can get facial hair. Beautiful, faux stash, and now Wigifo and faux brow are all available. You have the option of horsehair, goat hair, or camel hair, and just in slave hair. Call now and receive a free urn of purple facial hair dye. So call now. You'll look beautiful. Not responsible for any disease or parasitic life forms carried and purchased facial hair. Hello, this is Megan here on Dateline Rome with the latest updates on Rome's ongoings. Today I will be discussing the new mining technology that shall improve working conditions. This past year of 25 AD, mining technology in Roman mines in Wales, Spain, and other large mining provinces have improved miners' working conditions. Thanks to Rome's talented engineers and artisans, techniques like hydraulic mining, hushing, and fire setting have been developed. The head of the Emperor's engineers says, "We were given the task to design tanks and specialized aqueducts for the newly developed mining techniques. It was hard work, but we created efficient, safer technology for the miners down there." And now we have Donatian, a former miner from the gold mine of Spain, to give us his insight on the mining conditions.
Well, as a former miner, I remember the fear I felt every day of the possibility of death. We never knew what would happen that day. It's absolutely unpredictable. Once, my comrade and I were heaving a load of rock and ore to the surface of the mine, and the rock on the wall was shaken by a slight earthquake. The rocks came crashing down. My friend pulled me out of the way. I still wonder what would happen to me if he wasn't at my side.
So, can you explain the developments that have been made?
There have been multiple developments. The 3 new techniques, the hydraulic mining, hushing, and the fire setting are probably the most important. Hydraulic mining involves water being brought to the mine head and then stored in a tank or a reservoir. When the water is released, we can control the stream using a sluice to remove the rock.
Now, what about hushing?
Hushing is a bit similar. Water is stored and when released, water washes away the exposed rock and the alluvial to reveal precious ore veins such as the gold and the silver, the tin and the lead.
I've heard of fire setting. What's that about?
The fire setting. Well, the fire setting is done by building a big, huge fire beside a rock face in the mine to, heat the rock. And then we use the hushing to wash the fire, which causes the thermal shock and split the rock.
So, Donatian, what are reverse overshot water wheels?
I clearly remember reverse overshot wild wheels. Those are big contraptions, very big, with 16 wheels arranged in pairs to lift the water at least 80 feet. I used to work them. I stood on the slats and pushed them in a, walking motion.
Are there any dangers to mining?
Oh yes, definitely. The mines are very dark. In some areas it's pitch black and also very smoky. The poor ventilation. To the audits to help a bit, miners have to heave dangerously large loads of rock, and there's always the danger of the falling rock. And miners also walk around on the freezing bedrock. Many weak slaves died within a few days of the job.
Well, Donatian, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Oh, hey, anytime at all.
Though mining is still dangerous, we thank engineers and artisans for creating tools for safer, easier, and more efficient mining. We conclude that conditions shall improve. Well, that's all for today on Dateline Rome. See you next week.
The movie Gladiator is about a man named Maximus, played by Russell Crowe, who was portrayed by Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix, the son of the emperor. The dying emperor Marcus Aurelius, played by Richard Harris, wants Maximus to take over for him when he dies, but Commodus murders Maximus's family to punish him. As a result, Maximus sets out to avenge his family and protect the people of Rome by pretending to be an unnamed gladiator. He becomes the most popular and successful gladiator in the Colosseum. But this also brings him again to the attention of Commodus. The tension builds to a final one-on-one battle between these two enemies. The battle scenes are wonderfully done, and even the small roles in the film complement the hatred between Maximus and Commodus. Crowe is brave and courageous, while Phoenix is creepy and is escalating madness. A 5-star film with a 5-star cast. I recommend this film to anyone.
That's all for this week. I'm Megan.
And I'm Liz. Join us next time on The Chronicles of Rome.
overcrowding and loss of jobs causing?
The loss of jobs have been adding to the population on the streets.
Well, no.
Come
Why do I
on!
keep laughing? It's awful.
We're almost there!
Do you wish you could grow facial hair? Facial hair?
Bloopers!
Same for me. My family died from the plague, and now I'm struggling to survive. True story.
I am here with Octavius and Maximus.
Gladiator review, take 47. Marker. Well.
Not laughing at me, Megan, though.
Okay. There's
Ready?
just one part where you say it's
Well-
completely unpredictable.
Well, I'm trying. I can't do this like serious.
I know.
You just
got
said
a
it.
wig on my head.